Hello, small town pride. I hope that you are doing well. I am here now with Shadi Ismail. Shadi, how are you doing today?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. I'm doing great.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure to be part of this amazing event.
Yeah. So I think that your story is one that a lot of people might already be familiar with from Apple TV, the
Correct.
show, as well as your book. But so for those of us not familiar, tell us a little bit about your journey. You were born in Syria.
Correct. Well, I born in Syria and I had to flee my country actually in 2008 due to my homosexuality. I left the whole country to go to Jordan. But let me take you back a little bit why I left the country, because my life wasn't dangerous, because my own family tried to kill me being gay. It's not acceptable in our country or in all Middle East. And so I had to flee the whole hometown to go to Damascus. And then from there I had to, because my family still followed me to find me, so I had to leave Syria to go to Jordan and apply for asylum to come to America, because always in Middle East you believe America is the place to be you. And I'm glad to be here now.
Well, we are glad to have you here.
Oh, my
So-
pleasure.
How was it navigating that whole process of making your way from Syria to Jordan to the United States?
Well, it's a journey, and it's took me 3 years from Jordan. Like when I arrived to Jordan in 2008, I went to apply for UN, which is refugee program. You can't apply in your own country. You have to leave the country, so you can apply for the asylum. And this is what I did. And the process did take 3 years, because it's not like, I want to come to America, it's easy like this to go. So I had to wait for 3 years and was interviews every maybe 10 days, sometimes month, 3 months, 6 months, who knows. And you never know if you are coming or not, because the people be behind glasses talking to you, and already American people, but you have a translator, because I didn't speak English at that time. So you have a translator, you have no idea what's going on or what's happening, so you always just wait. And I wasn't allowed to work, so I was working under table. I wasn't, as a refugee, you're not allowed to work, so I was always under table. And one time, after 2 years and a half, like I will tell you, this is sometimes bad thing happen to bring good thing to you. And I got beat up from 3 guys in Jordan. And next morning I went to the agency. I told them, sorry, not the agency, the UN. I told them I need to see someone inside, and they told me, do you have appointment? I said, no, I don't, but can I speak to someone? So she told me, you have to sign for appointment. So I took my glasses, I show her my neck, I show her my eyes and the cuts on my face, and told her, do you think I need appointment right now? And she like, no, hold on. So she went me in, and I saw a lawyer and a case worker. And a month later, I arrived to Boise.
Oh, well, we are glad that you got the help that you needed then and that you came here. Now, when you arrived in Boise, you did not speak any English.
I say hi and smile all day.
That's what I do most days, too. So what was it like resettling in a place where you don't speak the language or know the culture and customs?
It's hard, and I have been 8 years now in America, and I'm an American citizen, but I still struggle, to be honest. It's not just the culture; it's the everything, the language. You know, mention or see, I read right to left usually my language, and now I read right to left, left to right, in English, and all my whole universe changed, because now I don't translate in my head, because it doesn't make sense when I translate. So I think like American. And sometimes I lost translating, if does make sense in my head.
Like the languages, use it or lose it.
Yes.
I really like that concept of sort of that left to right, right to left switch,
Yes,
because I imagine it feels like an entire flip.
Yes, it is.
Coming over.
I didn't know myself when I started dreaming in English. I didn't know I speak English well or understand well English. Because for one point, I just dream in English. I don't dream in Arabic. Like I will be in my dream speaking English and reacting to people with English language, not Arabic. And that was very interesting, because now I feel I flow in English more than I used to. And by the way, I've never been to school, just so you know.
Never been to school?
For English and Arabic, I went to school till 7th grade, and that's it. And here, I've never been to school yet, but I'm working on it. I want education, so I will do that. now I feel more stronger in my language. I can read book, I can read stuff. So I want to grow myself as a language
Awesome.
learning.
That's incredible. I hope that you
Thank you.
do get to go to school. So tell me about growing up. When did you realize that you were not a straight person, and also how do you identify yourself?
It's growing up always, I think, was something wrong with me. Because this is how we grow up. In religion, if you know the Dead Sea in Jordan, I will tell you this story about how the idea of gay people in Middle East, why they should be killed or why should not be gay in Middle East. So the story of Lot, if you know the story of Lot in Jordan, the Dead Sea. So in Arabic version of that story is God sent Jibreel because Lot was all people having sex with everybody, man and women and women.
Right, Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yes. So God sent Jibreel and he took the ground up and flip it upside down in Dead Sea. And that why the Dead Sea is the lowest area in the whole globe. And also that why they're so salty because the people dead. So people believe that's why the gay people should be die. But in my belief, I don't believe God will hate someone like me because I know my heart and I know how good person I am to God want to punch me for something I didn't choose to be. If does this make sense?
Yes, that makes perfect sense. And you're absolutely right. Nobody should be using someone's identity against them in any way, especially to justify violence or exclusion. And
also, the funny part of it, I will not tell you like, oh, I've never had a relationship with man, but all of it was was secretly, and we don't talk about it. Or this way, how we show love to each other when I was young, like from older people, and this is should be never molesting a child. And this is, I think, this is what started in my life, finding out when I was a pretty boy and guys doesn't have access to ladies, so it was easy to get access to a little boy and threaten me to not, if I don't come with you, you will tell my family. And also I was always scared for my dad because my dad was a military guy and I always afraid to he know what's happening. So I was accepting being violent by other person not to let my dad know because I was feeling was easier than actually my dad find out. And in the end of the story, my dad find out and I had to run away.
Well, and you made it all the way here. So what was your feeling coming to Boise for the very first time?
Scared? Because when I put myself on the plane, from Jordan, I flew in May 7 at 3:30 a.m. from Jordan. I put myself on a plane by myself, and then I flew from Jordan to Germany, and then from Germany I had to fly 13 hours to America, to Los Angeles. In this 13 hours, I was drunk on airplane.
That's the best way to fly.
Because I was scared, everybody speaking, I don't know what they're saying. I have no idea what everything happened. I'm just there, afraid. I don't know what's on the other side of what I'm going to. So I got to Los Angeles, and then from there I go to San Francisco or San Diego. I'm really not sure because one of the same.
Right.
And when I arrived
somewhere
there,
in California.
Yeah, somewhere in California. And then I had 5 minutes to catch my other flight to Boise. And I looked on my ticket and I follow anything matching what I have on my ticket because I don't speak English. And then when I arrived to the door, I went in and they closed the door. I was the last one. I had 5 minutes between my flight. And when I arrived to Boise, I arrived actually May 7 at 11:30 p.m. I arrived in Boise airport. And this was the beginning of my life, beginning being me. So when I arrived was my friend Sam, who was an Iraqi person I know from Jordan, from Syria, sorry. He was waiting for me here with the ARC caseworker, who was my caseworker. And they took me to hotel for first night. And they give me a book of address. So English Language Center, you go to it. Okay. As a refugee, when you arrive to America, if you want to get help from the government, you have Boingram, you have to go English Language Center, job class, try to look for job, teach you how American cleaning, how to clean yourself. The funny thing, and this was my first experience in Boise, and this is why I love Boise so much. because the second day after here, they give me apartment and they give me this book of address and a bike. So I have to go to the English Language Center the next day. And I lived in Curtis Street, and the English Language Center was on 13th Street in Boise.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to be smart. I want to know where I live. So I follow the bus downtown from Boise, from Curtis. And I don't know why I did not ride the bus with my bike, but I just follow it. And then follow bus number so and so and so. And I got downtown and I lost instead of 13th Street where the post office is. And the address told me you have to walk. Like I see like picture
Sure.
walking.
You're following the map, like the Google Maps or whatever.
But I don't have map on my phone. It's just a book.
Just the
Just
analog map.
Yeah,
Paper, old school.
Yes, I had no phone yet, so I saw I have to walk, and then I don't know where I want to walk because I don't see anything matching what I have. So I saw a woman. I said hello, oh hi, and a smile. And I put my hand out like this and a smile, the address, and she looked at it and looked at me, and she grabbed me and walked with me across the street and told me, "You see this door? Good luck." And that was the whole shift of my life. Was the opening heart I had from that moment because, in my experience, I can always scared from people, because first of all, I am Arabic, and already I know how social media making all of us look like terrorists, or all of us look like bad people, and it's just labeling. Two, I am gay man, and I don't know what I am, and I don't know if people will accept who I am, or you don't know. So always I've been afraid. But what this lady showed me, actually, I can be me and just be me. And from there, I start being openly gay, like open. I say I'm gay because I've never started before. I say it loudly, and I'm so proud of it because this is who I am. And from there, start my journey. Actually, in America, I got job after 15 days. I am here by myself. Actually, I went
15 days.
Yes.
Still don't speak that much English.
None.
Just hi and nod.
I went to my agency, who was giving me every month $119, and this is like for myself, like if I need anything. And I went there with the application because I don't speak English, but I speak Arabic. Was in my neighbors some Arabic people, so I asked for application. I asked if anybody have a job. So I went to the agency. Of course, I have a translator because again I don't speak English. I said, I appreciate what you give me, but this is not enough for me. I need to build life, and this is application for job. And they were surprised, actually. My job caseworker, she's amazing. Her name Tony, and she worked for ARC. And she did fill the application, send it. It was a cleaning company job. Filled the application and went with me actually to the first interview. She went with me, and the guy on the interview, because I don't speak English.
Just guiding you on the side.
Yes.
Helping you through the process.
It was amazing experience. The help I received, the love I received, I've never felt ever before. Could be start, because sometimes a little bit of kindness change everything. You have no idea what changed on the other side when you be kind to someone.
Yes. And that's something that Boise's been really investing in.
It's
As a part of our culture. And so you have been able to share this story on a number of platforms. Tell me about the experience. What did you feel working with Apple TV, working with the book?
Epic Magazine, Apple, Human Library. I am part of a Human Library. I am part of Boise Speaker Bureau. When I speak about my story now, it's not me anymore. It's about everyone like me. It's not about Shadi, the refugee, or Shadi, the LGBTQ part. No, it's about so many people like me, because it's not about me. I'm here, I'm safe and happy. You know what I mean? It's about sharing it for other people to see light through my story.
Right. Sort of find similarities in their story and bring light to some of the issues that you faced and some of the resilience that you've shown in overcoming those.
Because if you think about it, I received so many messages, because the TV show actually is called Lure America, and it's very important to talk about it. Have 8 stories of real stories of immigrant coming to America, and they find by Apple TV, by a big magazine, and then Apple TV pick it to do it as a show. But in a story, when they show it, banned it. My story is called The Sun. It's the finale of the season, and they banned it from 11 countries, including Russia.
Wow.
Just to not show it because it's actually the first story ever being published or being shown on bigger screen by gay, like it's a gay man in the whole Middle East. Never been ever been story on TV by gay or story about gay men. When growing up, always I wish to see someone on TV being gay or someone show me I am normal, show me it's life, you know, I'm nothing wrong with me. When I saw the show the first time after they done it, I was crying like a baby. Like me and my husband and Mackenzie, who come from Apple from Epic Magazine to show me the show before showing it, before air it. I cried so hard because I saw my life front of me, and also when I saw it, I saw myself when I was a kid. Always I wish to see the story, and then I find out I was who will make the story happen. Was be my story to be on TV, to be the other people. If does make sense?
Yeah, I think I'm following. So what is it like now that your story is out there? Have people recognized you and reached out with similar stories?
Yes. So many people from Middle East, so many people from here, show them other side. You know, they see my point, because I feel we have so much good thing here, we take it for granted. You know, to be honest, as LGBTQ and all general of people, we have so much freedom, so much happiness, but we take it for granted. Because coming from third world country, I've never been myself. To be here and being myself, simple thing make me happy, because I'm not allowed to be there. So here I can be me without judgment.
Right. So you talk a lot about finding your happiness.
Yes.
So what is your happiness right now? What's bringing you joy?
Being here, speaking, sharing myself, so I can light someone. Because again, it's not about me anymore. I'm happy, married, have a dog and a cat.
What are their names?
The dog named Magic.
Magic.
And the cat named Jinx.
Ooh, so I sense a theme.
Yeah, Magic and Jinx. And one day we want to have me and my husband a daughter, because we want to maybe daughter and a boy, but the daughter will be called Hope. So Magic, Jinx, and Hope. You know, all this, you need them in life. And I feel I have it already. And yeah.
Awesome. So what advice would you give to anyone from small towns all over the United States and across the world who are struggling with coming out, struggling with facing rejection from family or from their community, looking for their happiness?
They can find their happiness with the right people, because it doesn't mean you're born in a family. You're born to this family to show them or to give them a lesson. For example, after all my fight with my family, after running away when I was 17, I started running away, freed for my life from my family. When I arrived here to America, I felt safe. And I know they struggle, so I started talking to them and send them money, because I know I'm safe, but still my family. But I feel the lesson was to them, it's me, it's still your son. Doesn't matter what my sexuality is. I could turn my back and never look back, because I have the future in front of me. Yeah. But still, my lesson was to show them, as a gay man, I'm still your son.
You're more than any individual component of your personality.
Exactly.
Or your being.
Do you know what my dad told me when first time I called him when I arrived to America?
What
because
did he say?
I heard my dad lost all his money because the war in Syria. I left Syria before the war, so I never see the war. This is what make my story special, because people as refugee come because happen a war. I come not because the war. I come because my own war. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
When I arrived here, I heard all my family lost their money and stuff. So I sent money to my dad, and I called him. And actually, I told my dad, I know you don't want to talk to me, but you have money in your name, and just to help you out. And he's like, you can hear him on the phone start trembling and crying. I've never heard my dad doing that. And he said, you're the only son I want to kill before, but because you now will have food in the house. So I show my dad, I still your son, doesn't mean my sexuality doesn't define who I am. And I feel like this is the lesson for everybody. Just be you and be kind. And don't take it for granted, because a lot of people judge you for who you are because they can't put you in a box.
Yeah. Wow. it seems like it just takes a lot of core resilience to who you are to be able to get so much of a lesson and provide that lesson to not just your family, but to the world.
Because everything about forgiveness, if you look at it, we all of us come to this earth for a reason. And I feel I'm still looking for my reason till now, because every time I do something, oh, this is my purpose. Oh, no, still going. You know, it's a journey. And I learned after being with my husband, Ian Guthrie, we learn spiritually awakening, and I start to understand how if I want to be happy, I have to accept everybody and, you know, and just be me and bright. So people will find my light.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be something for somebody.
Right.
If this.
Yes. So, what are you working on right now, and what's up next for you?
Now I still working. I'm working full-time job. It's
Mm-hmm.
B&D Food, and I have my own business actually.
Oh.
It's called Eastern Comfort, and it's my family business back in Syria.
Mm-hmm.
And now I open a company here, and I start small town, like all of it made by hand, blanket, pillows, all of it sewed by hand. And I do the human library book. Already so sad for this year canceled because it was in 3/4,
Mhm.
and you know the coronavirus situation.
The pandemic canceled
Yes,
the music
a lot
festival.
of things. A lot of things canceled. So I really don't know what my next step yet, but I still do what I like to do,
Mhm.
which is share my story and being me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, what do you do in your spare time?
I work in the yard. I cook. I love to
Uh-huh.
cook. I work in the yard. I dance. I take my dog for a walk. I don't know. I don't have a lot of free time sometimes because I work a lot. I work 6 days, 10 to 11 hours a day. Especially I fit my interviews and stuff through
Mhm.
or working on a book or working on anything. So really busy man.
I would imagine.
Yeah,
And it
but
seems like you've accomplished a lot in such a short
in
time.
8
You've only been
years.
here 8 years.
Yes, and I look. We are having conversation, and I've never been to school. You know, like people
Mhm.
who teach me. Like I will tell you how I start learning English. Of course, my husband have a huge part of it. Just
Mhm.
trust me. But when I start my first job, people in the office stay after 5 o'clock. I was cleaning office job first one I got it, and people give me one word every day and ask me about it next day. So I start pick up English and start
Mhm.
learning. And this is the key actually, because you have no idea when you be kind to someone. Just kindness, it's the key. It's the happiness.
Awesome. So, how can people connect with you to learn more about you and what you're doing and what your future holds?
I do have a website. It's called Shadis Public Speaker. If somebody want to book me for event, I do have a Facebook. You can contact me on Facebook, Shadi Ismail, Instagram, Shadi Ismail, and we'll go from there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us here at
Okay.
Hometown Pride. Any last words to the people watching at home?
Please support everybody and be kind. You don't have any idea when smile will take you so long, so far in a way. By smile, because remember, I arrived to America and I just smile and say hi, and look to me right now. So please be kind.
Thank you so much
thank you
for
so
joining.
much.
Everybody, Shadi Ismail.
Thank you so much for having me.